Yo, what is up, y'all? Today we are with the next episode, which, like I said, I guess we're just gonna do it like a little series of Was It Entertaining? UFC Dana White Contender Series Week 4. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's been a minute. I kind of took a little break, been streaming. So if you guys want to check me out on Twitch, you can. Make sure you drop a follow and stuff. But other than that, man, let's just get into this Contender Series. Also, I know I said today, but I'm gonna be a little quiet because it is like 3 a.m. and everyone's asleep right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the first fight. Anyways, we have McMillan versus McGoyan, and overall with this fight, how I really felt about this fight was both these dudes just didn't really show their full potential in my opinion. Yes, McMillan, he had heart, and so did McGoyan. I mean, he did kind of gas out after the first round, but I really just think overall. McMillan, when it came to his striking ability, it just didn't look good. He was getting hit a lot. I would say that McGoyan was winning in most striking exchanges, but overall, I think McMillan got the best of him throughout the second and third, mainly because of the output that he was putting out. McMillan's grappling was really good. I would say more just, his sprawl. It was amazing. I mean, seriously, the way he just perfectly timed his sprawl every single time McGoyan would even try to go for a takedown. McGoyan, he really, besides, second and third, because he faded really hard. Like, you could tell he was very fatigued after that first round. He had a really nice guillotine. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that first round, he was doing really, really good, looking like the better fighter, really schooling, Chud O'Malley and Tim Welch, making them look like rookies. But, McMillan, I can just say this much, man, he's a beast, dude, and I respect it, like, for real. I just wish he pressured a lot more. I just feel like he never really, he would only throw one strike, which was like his leaning two. Like, seriously, he would lean and then throw a straight, and it just left him open to just get hit with the most brutal uppercut ever. And I think that's going to happen once he gets to the UFC. He's going to fight someone that, has the striking and is going to knock his ass out. I have nothing against him either. I think, once again, he had a really good performance, but overall, I mean, he really could have shown more. That, last 30 seconds where, he wanted to aura farm a little bit and actually start pressuring, like, all the commentators were saying, like, this was his game plan, this is what he wanted to do. Yet every time that he would pressure McGoyan throughout the fight, he would just back up, and it just was whatever. I'm glad he got a contract. You love to see it, but overall, both these dudes need work, and, with Tommy coming into the UFC, he's 100% going to need some work, so get him some cans. And, moving on to the next fight, we have Ho versus Chapelin. Listen, I'm going to keep it real. Actually, real quick. Harry? Is that his name? Hold on real quick. My bad, y'all. There's no way that's his actual name. It's Gary. Sorry, I got on my notes. It says, yeah. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. We had a Gary Copeland shout out in the beginning because I didn't expect him to be on this card, like on the Contender Series doing what he's doing. The Java White Tender Seas. If you know, you know. But besides that, I gave it says Harry, so I'm going to keep saying Harry. But I gave Gary Copeland a shout out. But, bro, I had to instantly go to a D shout out, dog, because what the fuck, bro? Chapelin throws probably one of the most illegal knees ever, man. No call at all, which I'm going to keep it real. It's whatever. I mean, refs, they don't always call illegal knees. I just feel like, in the moment, even if you see it, if it looks like an illegal knee, you stop the fucking fight. And it was a very blatant illegal knee. But hey, whatever. It's the first thing that I noticed, which I don't think so. I actually think it was the headbutts, because after I put this in my notes about the illegal knee, I said no call for 2 hard headbutts, which I think it was 1 before the illegal knee. But I do know that, like, in the first round, there were about 2 really hard headbutts that, you could have maybe just taken some time. Not saying that they were blatant by any means, but not really going to go at Gary for that. Really going to go at him more for the illegal knee, and then later on down the card, because holy shit, bro. I mean, I don't even think he should ref anymore. Nothing against the guy, but after what, it's just, I don't want to see him ref. I'm not a big fan. That's really it. But anyways, besides that, in the first round, Ho, he was moving pretty well. I'd say his movement was pretty nice. He was, getting out of the way of Chapelin's shots. And I just thought, it was a really, like, just pacey fight. Like, they just both were being pretty fast. There was a moment in the fight where Ho, he, like, first faked a takedown and threw a spinning back fist when he, after he faked the takedown. It was really cool. But besides that, there was really nothing else in the fight. I mean, I would say that Ho was winning the first round up until Chaplin got him to the ground and just started landing really solid ground and pound, which I think that would have, made Chaplin get a finish or maybe even get a submission. I mean, I just think the biggest problem with this fight throughout the whole thing was, Ho would have his stand up moments and then Chaplin, he would shine on the ground and just do really nothing. I mean, I think there was a moment in the fight where it was Chaplin, actually. He did have a sub attempt and he almost had it. It was a triangle choke and Ho slammed him. He had a really good escape out of it. Really wasn't trying to, I'd say, knock out Chaplin, but get out, and it worked. And, as a flyweight bout, they both had really good exchanges on the feet, grappling wise and striking wise, I guess. I mean, really more just grappling. I think Chaplin is where he really dominated and took most of the rounds because he would land really hard elbows and punches. And then, throughout the fight, Ho just kind of gave up. I'm just going to keep it real. Chaplin, I just felt like he got in his element and he just started landing takedowns. I mean, I don't really know. I want to say more that it was like Ho, he just had terrible takedown defense. Like, he in some moments would have like maybe a nice body kick that was pretty nice and loud, but not damaging. It's not going to do anything. And like I said, just the worst takedown defense I've ever seen. Nothing against the guy. I mean, it's a comeback fight for him, I think, or it was a comeback fight for him. And so Chaplin, he was on the Ultimate Fighter. So I just, two dudes that are getting second chances. If I'm right, it could have just been Chaplin, but Ho, he just didn't look good at all. Nothing against the guy, but there was a moment in the third where Ho just like randomly drops. I don't know what it was. Like, he just, right when Chaplin like gets a hold of his neck, I want to say like a underhook or like a guillotine choke. I don't even know what the fuck to call it. Like, Ho just gives position up and just turtles up and lets Chaplin just do his thing. And it looked like Chaplin had some force abilities like Volk. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. But overall, it just wasn't a good fight. I don't really want to talk about this fight anymore. Chaplin also had some really nice, was it outside or inside? I want to say they were outside trips. They were really, really nice. And I think overall he's a pretty solid grappler. But, you got to get that finish, man. Like, for real, he had every opportunity to get a finish, and I just feel like he didn't really go for it. And yeah, anyways, we're just going to move on to, in my opinion, fight of the night. I mean, I guess performance of the night, if you want to say that. It's Nalo versus Silva. So, going into this fight, you're seeing a 29-year-old Brazilian who, fought at Cage Warriors, and then you're seeing a 36-year-old man from fucking Toronto or Canada, whatever the fuck. And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going with the goddamn Brazilian, who's the fucking mean one, who, the motherfucker looks like Anthony Smith, but he looks like if Anthony Smith actually had a little bit of bark in him. And, I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched this fight, I wasn't paying too much attention, so I didn't really realize how dominant Nalo was, especially up until he got the knockout. Man, like, rewatching the fight, he just looked great, man. He looked like a lightweight Charles Johnson. Like, seriously, man, 36 years old, and he looked fresher than Silva. Like, he looked way better, he just had a way better game plan. But before I get into Nalo, I'll start off with Silva. Just say a couple good things. I feel like he really didn't do bad. It was just more of he got outplayed. Like, seriously, he went into this fight, looking aggressive. He had some solid overhands, nothing that was like damaging, but his leg, all I can say about Silva was like, his aggression was there, but after, his leg, I mean, he took about maybe like 5, 6 leg kicks, hard leg kicks to his calf, and oh my God, man, I mean, just nasty, bro. Within 2 minutes, like, seriously, Silva's leg was already swelling. It looked nasty, looked bigger than his other fucking leg. Nalo, he looked great, man. Like, seriously, he would go up with his front kick to the fucking face and just land it every time. It wasn't like he was just throwing it for no fucking reason. Every shot that he threw, it was intending to damage Silva in some type of way. Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like, him being 36 years old, man, like, he looked like he was in his prime. I know it could be a little bit of glaze. I mean, he didn't have any grappling exchanges at all with Silva. So, you can't just be like, oh, this guy, he's going to be a great athlete, especially with his age. But I'm going to keep it real with most 36-year-olds or 35-year-olds that are in the lower weight classes. They don't succeed. They don't even look as fast as Nalo did. And you want to talk about, dudes that are up in age that are, 35, like Pantoja or, Charles Johnson, which are the two that come to my mind, where it's like, as they get older, it just seems that they do get better. Like, it's really weird. So it's kind of like that situation with Nalo, where who knows? I mean, I'm not trying to say he could get he could be a champion by any means, but there's definitely some potential in this dude. And man, I mean, he just, like I said, man, his game plan, he just was faster. He just, I don't even know. I don't know what. He just dominated in every single way. Silva had no answer at all. And once he immobilized Silva's leg, it was GG. Silva, I don't even know what he was trying to do, trying to set up. He just comes in and Nalo catches him with a 1-2 right on his chin, knocking his ass out. And, finishing it off with some GMP, you know what I'm saying, to finish the fight. And other than that, man, it was fucking dope. Dominant ass performance. And we move on, man. We move on to Thang 2 versus Hag. Now, Thang 2 is fucking, what's his name? Like Cesare? I don't know his fucking first name, but Olazechek, the brother of Mikhail. Thang 1 and Thang 2, that's the nickname for them now that I came up with, because Jesus Christ, bro, these dudes, like, I honestly think Thang 2 might actually be a real motherfucking beast, dude, because his striking looked on point. I know a lot of people were giving props to Mikhail for knocking out GM3 and how he looked. He's looked a lot better since switching gyms. And I can just say with this new Thang 2 or this new Thang boy, I mean, goddamn, man, he looked great. Before that, though, before I get into this whole fight, man, Copeland, this is the reason you got to go, man. I'm just going to say it straight, Oleksiejczuk, he gets the fucking knockout. Fist as he hangs on that leg. Lands about 30 shots, I want to say, right on Hag's fucking, I would say around his, I forgot what it's called, so I'm just going to say the medulla oblongata. I kind of forgot what it is. The shit that's behind your ear. Not behind your head, but it's like, right, your equilibrium. That's what I think Oleksiejczuk was hitting the whole time, and just doing really hard and fast fucking barrages of fucking hammer fist to goddamn Hag's fucking head. And dude, Copeland, I don't know what he was watching. None of them were illegal. Watching the replay back, I think I only saw one shot where I was like, you could possibly say that was illegal, but that is not enough to almost, risk Oleksiejczuk of winning the fucking fight. Like, seriously, trying to say that not say that it's blatant cheating, but, protest that it's blatant cheating. I guess that's what Copeland was doing. It kind of looked like that. It just looked so sus. Fucking just retard land, man. I'm gonna be real. A little fairy in my ear. The reason I'm uploading and shit is because a little fairy in my ear told me I need a retard max, and if I love something, then I gotta do it. And this is what the fuck I'm doing, man. This YouTube shit. So I may take some breaks, but overall, I'm always gonna do this shit because it's fun as fuck, and I love talking about UFC. But the reason I bring up retard maxing is because Copeland, bro, fucking hashtag fire the Coopster, bro, or the Copester, whatever the fuck, man. Motherfucker cannot retard max, dude. It was just, I don't know. It's insane when you have Jason Herzog of all refs who check you and tell you that, hey, man, like, none of those were illegal. It was a perfect finish and nothing illegal about that at all. Then, we got some problems here, man. I'm going to keep it real. But overall, I guess going into the fight, what really happened, they start off, Hag had no answer at all on the feet. He was shooting from right when the bell fucking started. Oleksiejczuk had some nice, he had a nice jab. His jab was money. I don't think he landed a single hook. I mean, it was the first round. He drops Hag with a 2. Pretty dominant, man. I'm gonna be real. Like, Oleksiejczuk, he looked really, really good against Hag, especially with Hag being like a bigger guy, looking like a light heavyweight, looking like he could get a takedown. He just couldn't, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It was insane. Big props to Oleksiejczuk, and yeah, I mean, once again, fire the Copester, bro, because I stand by that. Shout out Thang 1 and Thang 2. Them boys gonna be on a title run one day, and we move on now to our main event. Cogden versus Lesbo Yanni. I think it's like I don't fucking know. Who gives a fuck? Holy head kick. That's really all I gotta say about this fight. Holy fucking shit, dude. Hold on, water break. Straight punches. This was absolutely insane watching this fight. The promo before the fights even began, like the whole card and stuff, they were showing Cogden, and they were showing his fighting style and like, who he beat and stuff. And, it's just that like intuition, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that like, nah, man, this guy's probably going to get knocked out. And that's just how I felt from the beginning. I thought him versus Lesbo Yanni was going to be the first fight, and it wasn't. It was the fucking feature fight, the main event, or not the main event, because it wasn't no fucking 5-round fight. I mean, shit ended in like 30 fucking seconds, homie. But, the fight starts off really how I expected it. Cogden just being awkward. It kind of worked for a little bit. His jab was doing pretty well. I wouldn't say it was super damaging, but, Lesbo Yanni, his face was pretty fucking red. But, it was like the same thing with the Wilson guy. Like, that's kind of how I felt about this fight was, there was moments where Lesbo, his ass would start, loading up this overhand, and it looked like he was setting up for it. And, dude, I was just like, oh man, it's just a matter of time. Cogden, he don't got his hands up. It's not going to work. And yeah, his awkward style didn't fucking work because Lesbo Yanni, this motherfucker, dude, he just, throws a jab and does an inside head kick. Oh my fucking God, dude. One of the most brutal head kicks I've ever seen in my goddamn life, man. Cogden was pretty much out right when he got hit with that leg kick. You could tell he couldn't see shit at all. Really scary. And then Lesbo Yanni, because he's got to finish the fight, ref's not calling it off. He just, runs right in, throws an overhand right, and fucking just sleeps him. Absolutely insane. And just, holy shit, dude. I'm just going to keep it real about this whole card, man. It was a really solid card. I'm not the biggest fan of the two first fights. I'm not really the biggest fan that, the hell was his name, man? McMillan got a contract. There's nothing against him. It's just, his skill, like, besides his sprawling ability, which was really, really good, and I'd actually like to see him go against grapplers. But, man, he goes up against a striker, man. It's just raps. I have no problem, though, that he got a contract. I love that fighters get contracts. But going into the next guy that won his fight and didn't get a contract, Chopalin, I'm gonna keep it real with him. Didn't have a great fight at all. Just didn't. I blame more of his opponent than him. But it's like, you can't put the blame on the loser because the winner needs to be winning. Like, seriously, as stupid as that may sound, like, in the Contender Series, you may be winning, but you have to win. Like, you have to prove that you want to be in the UFC. And like I said, I've said it before with Dana. I wish he would do the same energy with people in the Apex, with people in arenas, all those fighters. It shouldn't just be in the Dana White Contender Series. It should just be all around. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever everyone else got a contract besides Chopalin, I did kind of feel bad for him. Going to the Ultimate Fighter and then getting a second chance to do something like this. Even though I 100% think Dana will give this guy another chance. That definitely has to suck, man, to see everybody else get a contract besides you. And, I would like to see him come back, though. Just hope he comes back a lot more aggressive. Nalo and his fight winning it, he fucking deserves a contract. He deserves a fucking top 30 lightweight, top 20, 36. Get him fighting instantly. Like, seriously, his age, if he's in his prime, he doesn't have that long before he's out of it. So get him some fucking fights. He may not be that great, but he definitely could be probably a solid knockout artist. If not, I think he'd just be a really good leg kicker. He's just really interesting. He gives off Charles Johnson vibes for sure. Just with the way that he plays it smart and the way that, he just pressures. He's just there. Like, this guy is not backing away from you. So, yeah, I thought he had the best performance on the card without a doubt. And then Olin Jacek winning his fight. I'm glad he got a contract 100%, even if it's 30 seconds. I think, getting the faster knockouts are the way to go. That's how you get your contract, because I think Olin Jacek, while I think he should be a welterweight, because, you got him and his brother fighting at middleweight. It's just like, how the fuck does that work? But I thought Olin Jacek, at least staying to Olin Jacek, he looked way better than Mikael will. Nothing against Mikael. I just think, fucking, I keep saying Olin J. Like, I can't keep saying, I just don't want to say his name. So I'd say Thing 2. I'll put up a picture of fucking Thing 2 and Thing 1 so y'all don't get them mixed up, so you know who Thing 2 is and Thing 1. Fucking moving on. Lesbo Yanni winning his fight, that was fucking amazing. The KO, I mean, like Leon Edwards said, don't mind me, bruv. But overall, all these guys deserve contracts besides fucking Lipo Chancha or whatever the fuck his name was. And yeah, was it entertaining? Yes, it was a very entertaining card with actually some pretty comp fights. Even the worst fight on this card was, I would say, pretty comp. And this card definitely diffs week 1. I'll keep comparing all the fucking Contender Series to week 1 because that was a horrible week. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep it real. With this card, I don't got my rating put down, and I definitely don't have was it entertaining put down either. This was kind of a little bit rushed in my opinion. Sorry, y'all, but I got to start making videos and shit. I really do want to get shit out more daily for y'all. But my rating on the Dana White Contender Series, the Java White Tender Seas, is probably an 8. Probably, I'd say maybe like a strong 7 to a light 8. So I'd say an 8. Yeah, for sure. It was a good card, had good finishes. Once again, in some fights, the comp level just isn't there. But, overall, I can just say it was all very, very dominant, at least with, Nalo, Olin Jacek. I would say Lesbo Yanni, but I'm going to say more of Olin Jacek and Nalo. Those guys had really insane performances. Lesbo Yanni, he looked good, but I don't know if he's going to do well against somebody who's an actual striker, can actually throw really well jabs. Because, once again, he was getting hit a lot. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. My next video will probably be something. I don't know. I know I have another UFC video out before UFC France. I'll be ranking all the up-and-coming UFC main events, all the next 9 events from worst to best, but that video ain't going to come out till probably after this one. And then Silent Hill, I got to start editing the fuck out of all the rest of my Silent Hill stuff, get all of that out, and then once that's out, I'm going to start doing my Metal Gear Solid because I just got that game, and I am playing it on stream too. Not right now. Well, by the time this video comes out, you might be seeing me stream. I don't know. I'm basically just saying check me out on Twitch if you guys want to see more of me. If not, it's okay. I appreciate you guys watching this damn video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, a good morning, a good day, whatever the hell, man. I'm just glad I'm back to uploading. So peace out, y'all. Y'all have a great ass time. And yeah, see ya.